are live. This is Tim Enriquez here, owner of the Oaks, and narrating my game today going up against John Pryor's famous titties. And want to just take a moment to, of course, acknowledge John's passing, and also I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach today, even though this is my team and a team I worked pretty damn hard on to build and make as good as I can. I'm actually rooting for John. I think it would be pretty poetic if he was able to just basically crush everybody this season and in the postseason. And I think that's somewhat realistic because I got to tip my hat to him. I think he made the best team that we have. I also think his build was super creative. He exploited some things, came up with some new ways of doing something. I would not have thought you could not pay both your safeties and still be kick-ass on defense. And I was wrong. And so I think that's he deserves a lot of credit. Also coming up with a tight end-focused passing game to take advantage of the tight end being 50% price instead of 25 or 15% off like the wide receivers. So that was another smart thing he did. So we got a lot of things going on here. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. Also, the Oaks are missing several players, 3 players out, 2 of them important. Let's see if we get any of those back. So without further ado, we're ready to present this game here, but excited to be announcing it. And again, I'm actually going to be pulling for John on this one. Here we go. All right, looks like the running man does come back. So, and there's Conan. So those are the 2 stars. Nobody cares about the other guy. There's one other guy hurt, but he sucks and he's a sub anyway. So that's RB2 and the kick returner coming back. And the Oaks sporting the purple jersey here. A little bit of throwback going up against the titles or the titties or the tit noggins or the titty-headed nitty-moggin nipple heads. All right. Tits win. Cumming boots it. Kapowski. And Kapowski had some amazing returns. And, they do trap her at the 40. And drag her down. Oh, there's some pressure. I'll be back comes in. Dolly was looking just a little too long there. Let's see what we got. They got 4 wide. They decide to run through. Dolly unable to escape the D lineman, and it's a tough 3rd and 20. Looks like they're going to be passing. They are. I'll be back once again. Oh, that's a negative. I'll be back with 2 quick sacks on that outside linebacker position. And the Tits don't get a whole lot going on there. But as we know, it's a long game. We shall see what happens. The Oaks had a relatively impressive 14-0 lead against the Turtles. And they lost it. And lost in pretty stunning fashion, giving up 50 points to an impressive Turtles team that played really well. And he dumps it back to the running man. That's one of their stars. And when he's fast, that helps off. Nice little pickup there as they move the chains. Looks like we're going to see the running man featured again. Can he fly through the middle? Unable to penetrate deeply, but does get a pretty nice pickup. Looks like they're just going to feed it to him again. And he does get the first there. So touches that red zone. 3 wide in the shotgun. Oh, no, not in the shot. Yeah, the shotgun formation. Does have Total Recall open, who's been doing well. But, that fast. Now, John went super high on the cornerbacks. Right, so both of his cornerbacks are super badass. And there's trouble. They try to give it to Mr. Olympia, and nothing happens. But anyway, those cornerbacks, they're pretty active in all the plays, so they come flying through. Oh, and then the D-line penetrates. So good red zone stand there as the Oaks, unable to pick up any kind of significant yards, actually lose some. Let's see what happens. And that's going to be low. I'm coming. The hero in the Super Bowl when these 2 teams met last, unable to take advantage. And here come the titties. Let's see what they can do. Dolly with the line plunge, but unable to get much. That play is probably not going to be a huge hitter here. I did not check out conditions for this game. They fire it. Oh, there's Kate Upton. That's their star. Gets it to him. All he's got to beat is one person. Can she hurl him? No, he is dragged down. I think that was a commando dragging him down. pretty tough, so probably not going to pop him on instant. And speaking of Commando, comes flying in. Oh, and that's a pick. Dolly, a little too quick, trying to force it to that wide receiver. They ran to the line, but not everybody knew their assignments, and that was troublesome. He's got the running man wide open, but no! Kim Kardashian with those big hips. Hips checks people out of the way, and surprisingly, the first score is a safety, but that's significant. Here comes Kapowski, going to give him good field position at the 45 and a 2-point lead. Now they've got the ball. Let's see what they do. This is a good play if they can dump it over the middle. Oh, but Commando does come running in and throws her down. I'd pretty much like to throw down just about everybody on this team, particularly Fabio. Called play there, 3rd and 28. And this play unlikely to get those 28 yards necessary. Just a little keep it going, burn a little clock before the kickoff. Quick punt. The Barbarian has the best average of anybody, but he only has 2 returns, so he hasn't been featured, and that's not going to... Oh, he does get a bop. Oh, I thought if he could have just cut between, could have even been great, but that was just a medium one. All right, they're 4 wide. Look at everybody come flying through. There's the Fabio. We were just talking about him, flexing his pecs, showing his six-pack, tossing his hair as he gets down with Arnold. Got that running man. Running man is fast, but he's rarely chased down from behind, but he was that time. I think that's one of those super speedy cornerbacks who was up there kind of baiting him at the top. And too much pressure, unable to get anything going, and the Oaks are forced to punt it away. Takes a decent amount of time, but not blocked. Biceps, who should just be running right through everybody in the line with his stats, trips over and falls. Oh, but Kapowski with a rare, crappy return. She was looking at herself in the mirror instead of being aware of what you got going on with that. And there's Albee back as having one hell of a game in this first quarter. I think he's got 3 or 4 sacks already. That's pretty impressive. But here comes Dolly. Dolly's got speed, and Dolly fakes out some people. Oh, this is a weakness. The Oaks are not the fastest on the defense. So when you get into the secondary, that's rough. And there they go. Dolly sprints down the field. Of course, keep in mind, as I won the preseason, I get to have P1, which is a noticeable advantage in every game. So really, when you lose in P1, it's kind of a double whammy there. You've got to acknowledge how well the other team played. And so the Tits take a nice 9-0 lead. Here comes the Barbarian. Let's see what he can do. Slight angle kick, and unable to get around anybody. 4 wide, their favorite formation. But a lot of pressure. Arnold able to fight off one person, but both people came in. Man, that line just kind of collapsed there. Here comes a run to Pumping Iron. And he's going to pick up some. Now, this is the danger of the of their team, right? With no safeties, if you can get through that first line, you can do well. I don't love this play to be run twice in a row. That's a little rough. And nice one pickup, but that was not enough to compensate for the sack. And once again, another punt. We're punting more times in this game than we basically punted the entire season. All right, so right at the 50. 50 yards to go. Lots of time left. Called play. And Dolly thought for a second she was going to sneak through there and get a really good gain, but nothing doing for her. She tries that draw play. It's been the most... That was the most successful one, but still only pick up a 3. Let's see if she can call a little better play here. Here comes Part. No, tries it again, and a little too much dancing. I don't think they're going to go for the super long field goal, so they punt it away, hoping to pin the Oaks deep. Oh, almost blocked as Albee back came flying through, and just a little deep for Barbarian. And so he gets to hang out in the warm cave with the crazy lady. Let's see if they can get a penetration. They do. Oh, and what a play. They just rammed down Olympia. Couldn't even get started. Big loss of 7. That puts the Oaks in the hole right from the start. He decides to toss it deep, but he fumbles. That's painful. Right into a bunch of pink shirts. And there's Ashley Graham who picks it up. I think that was COMM. I wasn't totally sure. But COMM coughs it up, gives it to him in the red zone. And they try that line plunge, but Rabbit not quite fast enough to get anything going there. Let's see what this is all about. Gonna have a choice, gonna have an open person. Right through, gets, oh, but then they fumble too. And Conan, the Destroyer, picks it up. Back and forth game, as you would expect, a relatively epic battle. As you got two Titans fighting it out. Here comes a called play, and Arnold's just going to stand there because he gets so distracted by the milk bags, he doesn't know what to do. And this is rough. This play has not worked against them, and it will not again. And another safety. Wow. Got to be pleased with the shutout thus far of a relatively high-powered offensive team. And here comes Kapowski. You give her too many choices, you know she's going to break it deep. Not that time, but you still got to think at some point she's going to rack up some more stats. Decent choices. Somebody's there. Jessica Rabbit with a nice 8-yard pickup on first down. They're looking to pad their lead as we go into the halftime. 90 seconds left. Not much pressure. Oh, I spoke too early. I'll be back has really been dominant on the outside. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I mean, John has well-paid tight ends. You would think they'd be blocking. I don't know if that guard or something's feeling shitty. I don't really know what's happening. Parton tried that QB sneak again. Nothing doing there. So the Oaks will get one more shot with a minute left, and it looks like Barbarian's going to get a chance to field this. If he can get around, now he's got to cut up. Needed to avoid that to really penetrate deep into the other line. This is a pretty good call here. Shotgun formation. Can they hold the line? They do. Pretty good coverage. Got him across the middle to the running man who's fast, but he's grabbed right when he caught it. Unable to break loose. Looks like they're going to give that running man again. This time it's a call play, though. Nothing doing there. Nice defense from the Titties so far. They just have to do 2 more plays. Really 1 more play to shut him out. And he's in big pressure. The line collapsing. And Arnold unable to do anything. 3rd and 19. They really just need to call the RSZ bomb and dream he's got time to hurl it. Arnold decides to take it. He's got Mr. Olympia, who's fast. Oh, this is troublesome. Mr. Olympia, I think he's going to have one man to beat. Actually, I don't think anybody's going to get to him. Oh, that is painful. The Titties had played so well. They'd shut down every reverse. They'd locked him down. So many punts. But then the Oaks able to squeeze in a little bit at the end. You had to figure this was going to be a pretty epic battle, as the 2 Super Bowl contenders looking to battle it out. But Titties still have a 4-point lead. Can't remember. I think they're getting. I think the Oaks are getting the ball. So we shall see what happens here. A couple of Titties right there. We could have put in Kissing Girl on his team. So the Oaks do get the ball. Here comes the Barbarian. Got a man flying through. Oh, Barbarian coughs up the ball, and it rolls out of bounds, unfortunately, for the Titties. Gonna have total recall. He draws everyone in, but it's blocked. He took 1 step too much, and the D-line, that fearsome D-line, knocked it down. Once again, everybody's wide. Of course, we're going heavy pass. Oh, this is rough. He's got Olympia wide open. Does he overthrow him is the question. Diving catch for Olympia, and he's going to waltz in with no one in the screen there. You pay a lot of money for that play, but it is so glorious when it works out well for him. And the Oaks do take the lead, but let's see what the D of the Titties can do. And then now let's see what the offense of the Titties can do. See if they can get back up on top. Deep kick from Cumming, but maybe that'll give Kapowski a little more room to work. She bustles up. She gets tied up early, hits the end, hits the outside line just a little too quick, unable to work her magic, but she did at least gain 10 more yards than she might have thought she was going to. The line holds plenty of time for Parton. Finds Hasselhoff, who makes a nice catch in coverage. And that's a big play, 40 yards up the field. Got a lot of choices. Finds Wolowski, diver, and that's going to put him right back on top. 2 plays. Look at that orchestration. Kinsley Wolowski finishes it off. Hasselhoff ran down. It was a sandy part of the field there, but he ran down and looked good. And now they're right back on top. 14-18. Very unusual score. Remember, you got 2 safeties factored in. So that's where the 18 points is coming from. Barbarian looking pretty fast, but pretty swarming defense on the Titties part. Unable to get it. Oh, this is dangerous. And it's a jumping catch from Olympia. Looks like someone will be there. Oh, but he dives a little too early. And man, it is a heavyweight fight. Strike after strike after strike. Arnold going up against Fabio, blasting back and forth. Of course, Arnold, I think, really kicked shit at Fabio, but such is life. Here comes a nice kick, and he doinks it in. So the Oaks get back up on top, kind of like Arnold fighting with that nice titty girl in the warm cave. Warm yourself by my fire. And here comes Kapowski. She makes a nice move this time. Does hit the outside. But hurls some people. Stays alive. Gets another couple of yards. If only she could have stayed inside for that one. And down it goes. There you go. The Riddle of Steel, one of the sack leaders in the league. And he's got several people wide open. Decides to, he had the deep one down low, but does not go with it. Let's see what Dolly Parton does. Tits jingle, and then fires it deep to Anderson, but it's not quite far enough. Forced a punt. Decent punt. I think Barbarian's going to get a chance to return. Sean Connery racing down the field. Barbarian standing at the 7.5. Gets a blocker. A lot of green out there. And then Sean Connery with a great open field tackle does not let the Barbarian get around outside of him. What play are we going to see here? Oh, man, they've gotten lucky. A couple of these bombs have been wide open. And this is the 3rd one in a row. Olympia is just going to go waltzing in. And I can hear John saying now, I hate this goddamn play. Change the fucking defense on it. And I think there's something to be said for that. Cumming, lots of pressure on Cumming. Oh, but he gets it off. Gets it off and scores. All right, now we're looking at a 10-point lead. Still time for the Titties to come back. Kapowski could help him with a big return here. Beautiful, Kelly. Hurls. Oh, God, she hurled 3 people. Oh, but that is not what the Titties needed. The beautiful Kelly Kapowski, queen of, what the hell high school was that? Ridgefield High? Ridgemont? I don't know. Something. Saved by the Bell at, I don't remember where it was. Anyway, she was the queen of that school, but now she's on the bench. Brutal. And there's Jessica Rabbit. Generally happy if that play turns out 5 or 6 yards. And, all right, I'll be back's chasing. There's Dolly, though. Dolly look at the moves of Dolly. Pretty fierce. If she gets 2 divers, she could go all the way. I think she's going to. Look at the run by Dolly. The giant tits did not slow her down. She started belting out a country anthem song as she was sprinting those last 30 yards, and that seemed to pick up speed. What a play there. Great response from the Titties. And McGee knocks it in, and all of a sudden we're back to a 3-point game. Deep kick. McGee straight down the middle. Here comes the Barbarian right on his end zone line. Got a lot of guys there, but he does get through to the next line. Some really nice moves from the Barbarian to take it out to the 40. And they're 4 wide again. Are we going to get lucky? They are going to get lucky. But finally the D-line makes a play. Knocks down that ball. That was another TD right there. Here it comes again. This time better coverage. Arnold's in trouble, but finds the running man who's very fast. And I think he's going to score. He does. Wow. Running man punches it in. all of a sudden it's going to be back to a 9 or now probably a 10-point lead. Arnold throwing some good passes. Does wait a little too long, I'm coming, but able to kick it through. 35-25. Medium kick. So we got Melissa Milano in there. Did you guys all see Embrace of the Vampire? That was like a little porn movie when I was like 12. That was pretty exciting. Who would have thought that Who's the Boss Girl would have just started showing her tits all the time? Everybody loved that. And Jessica Rabbit can't pick up much. So a huge third quarter there for the Oaks to put up 28 points. And I'll be back comes in, but he draws in. Wolowski's there, unable to get the diver, but a big, nice pickup on that play. Looks like they're going for it again. What's going to happen? And once again, Wolowski's left wide open. Not perfectly in stride, but she catches it. Great little catch. Moves up. Now they're in the red zone. Too wide. We're going to dump off to Upton here. Or he could go deep. She's got a couple of choices. Decides to go deep to Wolanski. Oh, and I thought it was out, but Wolanski reached out. Actually caught it with her boobs. I don't know if you saw that. Lifted her boobs up, cradled the ball in between them, and still kept her little painted toenails on the line. And my 15-year-old son looks at me in somewhat mortification. But hey, that's what it's all about, folks. Tits and football. That's why we're here. Oh, and the Barbarian fumbles. The Oaks really lucky there to pick that back up. That's 2 fumbles from the Barbarian. He obviously still has blood from the Gladiator Arena on him. Another dump off to the running man. Pretty smooth move there for Arnold to come in. And the running man unable to get some good divers, but still picks up a pretty decent gain. And we're in the fourth quarter here. 3:43 left. 3-point lead for the Oaks. The line holds. He's got a deep man recall. Oh, but the speed of the DB just getting there and knocking it away. Very well played. Here comes one of the rare runs to Pumping Iron, who gets a little tripped up and only picks up 4. Where are they? They're not in field goal range. Can the line hold? He's got the dump off to the running man. He finds the running man, unable to get around him, but does still pick up the first. All right, Titties, let's see what you can do. Can you hold here? Can you hold? A field goal's okay. Called play. Arnold sits there and gets destroyed by milk bags. He's slow to get up as he seems to be fondling them. 2nd and 19. Out of field goal range. Dangerous position. Oh, this is rough. They need to tackle him. He gets the ball off. Oh, and it's a perfect throw to Mr. Olympia. Just when you thought the tide was turning for the Titties and the nipples were aroused and popping out, turkeys were done. Arnold goes. Huge throw, under pressure, right as he's tackled. And does a perfect ball right at the end zone. All right, the Tits still have time, though. They still got time. There's 2:27 left. They can move the ball. They've shown that. Unfortunately, they don't have Kapowski back there. So they're going to have a lot to go here. They need to score, and then they need the onside. And they need a block. They get the block. And nice one to Anderson. All right, 17 yards. I was a little lucky. But hey, you need a little bit of luck. Oh, that's a rough one. Dolly Parton destroyed on the called play. Poor John's got to be angry. The number of called plays I've gotten in our most recent matchups has been rather high. Fires it to Upton. That's their star. Oh, come on, Upton. You're the best paid tight end in the goddamn league. You got to make that play. They decide to run. I don't think Anderson's going to get much there. 4th and 10. This is it. The game on the line. The Titties need it. 4th and 10. Oh, and I just said the poor called play. God, the Fates are angry. And the Oaks take over. Now you're looking for a quick turnover. They need some pressure in on Arnold. Arnold decides to do a smart play. Takes him down. He gets the first down. They're hoping to put a knee in his back and hurt him. See what the running man can do. Running man sometimes will break right through that, but the defense closes in. Still picks up 7. That's harsh. Time is ticking. They need a turnover. Here comes Iron. Oh, Iron sneaks through. Actually, takes a really good angle. Picks up the first down. 51 seconds. We're going to see Iron again. moving. 39 seconds. It looks like it's not going to happen. Looks like the Titties are going to fall to 4-2. Oaks move to 5-1. Oh, there's the fumble. But a little too late. Let's see if they can can they punch in a few here? Just talk it deep to Upton. They toss it to Upton, who hurls a person. There she goes. Look at Upton. If this is a diver, I don't know if anyone's going to catch her. She's super fast. The blocker's right there in the right spot. Can she go? She's going to go. She's going to go. Oh, if only there was a little more time for the onside. What a great play to score from their own end zone on the last play of the game. Gotta be tipping your hat to how well that came off. And they sneak it through. So pretty close. You had to expect a pretty close epic battle between these two Titans. And we're looking at 42-39. Oaks narrowly escape that P1 advantage. A lot of passing yards there for the Oaks. Total yards, pretty similar. Almost basically 500 for each team. That's a lot. Mr. Olympia had one hell of a game there. 5 catches, 330 yards. All right, well, John, you know we love you, buddy. And we'll be thinking of you.